Hello and welcome to Enchantment of Eternity's Top 10 Worst Episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. I just finished covering every episode of The Next Generation on my channel, and although I love this show, not every episode is a winner, and some don't live up to the high standards set by the show, and these are, in my opinion, my least favorite episodes of this great show. Number 10. Lonely Among Us.
Stan? P for Picard.
This episode was silly and ridiculous, where Picard and Riker are too lazy to deal with diplomats who are murdering each other on their ship, and Picard turns into an energy being and puts a giant P on display. Number 9. The Masterpiece Society.
We are integrated and refined to such a degree that any fundamental change would lead to chaos.
One of the most boring episodes of Trek, where they encounter a piece of shit society that will fall apart if one person leaves and Troi sleeps with their leader, which she feels really guilty about, but nobody else cares. Number 8. The Game.
You know what the secret is, don't you? Don't force it. If you just let the game happen, it almost plays itself.
Goofy and ridiculous episode, and the ultimate in Wesley is a Mary Sue story, as the whole ship is taken over by a mind-controlling game except Wesley and his girlfriend. I mean, really, like Worf and Picard would have played this stupid game or not noticed that tons of people are walking around like zombies while playing this game and acting like they're having orgasms? Get the hell out of here. Number 7. Rascals.
Are you here to relieve me of duty?
I'd rather not have to take that step.
4 members of the crew are turned into bad actors, children, and the Ferengi easily take over the Enterprise and enslave the crew. Really? The Ferengi? Get the fuck out of here with that. Number 6. Suspicions.
We are trying to forget the unpleasantness of these past several days, not have them stirred up again. I find it disturbing that you would try to foster suspicions among us.
A noir-esque mystery with some of the worst written dialogue and acting in the entire show, where characters act out of character and say lines straight out of a B-movie. Number 5. The Loss.
If our positions were reversed, I wouldn't have been in here treating skinned elbows while you were lying passed out on your office floor. I'd have been there a lot sooner, perhaps in time, to prevent this from ever happening.
Counselor Troi loses her superpower and decides to treat everyone who loves her like shit. She is privileged beyond belief and proves that she sucks at her job. Number 4. Code of Honor.
Then you shall have no treaty, no vaccine, and no Lieutenant Yard.
Rightfully infamous for being the most racist episode in Star Trek, as it portrays a far-off alien world as if it were Africa, and it has the harmful stereotype of black people stealing white women. Plus, it's a little sexist as it treats women as property. Plus, it portrays Picard as an incompetent wimp as he thanks Luton for abducting his security chief, and it has terrible music to boot. Number 3. Shades of Grey.
Now we know the organism's growth rate is related to the memories he's experiencing.
Or the emotions that they produce.
A terrible clip show that there's absolutely no excuse for. It's not just that it's a clip show, it's that it's a particularly bad clip show where the flashbacks we get depends on the emotion that Riker is forced to endure while Pulaski tries to kill a deadly virus with bad vibes. Number 2. Manhunt.
Betazoid women are full of surprises.
Luoxana Troi at her most annoying as she comes on the Enterprise and proceeds to sexually harass all the men on board and makes aggressive advances on men who are clearly not interested in her, and she's supposed to be a telepath, yet she can't figure out with what anyone with eyes can clearly see. And plus, the episode is littered with terrible 80s sitcom humor, and Pulaski finds it hilarious that Picard is being sexually harassed. Number 1, Sub Rosa.
You're not Nana. Nana's dead. Leave her alone!
The episode that's so off the walls, ridiculous, and terrible, some people find enjoyment in watching an episode this bad. I do not. Although I do find some enjoyment in mocking it, I must admit. Beverly gets aroused when reading about her own grandmother getting it on as an old woman, and then proceeds to sleep with the same man, who turns out to be a candle ghost that kills people. The scene where the green energy ghost is making her orgasm as Picard walks in on her is a sight to behold, but this episode holds no positive attributes whatsoever and is just a ridiculously poorly written schlock fest, making it my number 1 least favorite episode of TNG.
Dinna light that candle and dinna go to that house.
So that's it for my top 10 worst episodes of TNG. Be sure to check out my top 10 best episodes of TNG and check out my channel as I have covered every episode of The Next Generation with a deep dive analysis video. So be sure to subscribe so you can keep up with all that. And thanks a lot for watching.